Are you ready to hear a story that will leave you breathless? A city trapped in the shadow of fear, where every night the fate of its people is decided by a game played in the darkness. This is the story of Maya Lockwood, a detective ready to face every fear and a hidden enemy whose name you've never heard, but whose actions will change your life. And just when you think it's over, you'll realize this is just the beginning. Forever. Are you ready? The story begins now.
Black River City slept under a blanket of silence, but its silence was never peaceful. It was the silence of fear. At 2:14 a.m., a scream broke the night. Officer Daniel Reese was the first to arrive at the old Hawthorne warehouse. The steel door was half open, moving slightly with the wind. His torch sliced through the darkness, revealing a long trail of blood. At the far end, under a flickering bulb, lay the body of a woman, face pale, eyes wide open, a card clutched in her hand. A black card. On it was written, "The game begins." Chapter 1. Detective Maya Lockwood. Detective Maya Lockwood had solved 47 cases in 7 years. She was brilliant, stubborn, and feared by criminals. At 8 a.m., she stood over the corpse of Anna Mercer, a journalist known for exposing powerful people. Maya examined the black card. "Same symbol," she whispered. "The Black River Ghost." The ghost was a serial killer who vanished 5 years ago. No clues, no fingerprints, just a black card left at every scene. But tonight, he returned. And Maya knew this was no ordinary murder. This was a message. Chapter 2. The Return of the Ghost. Captain Harris briefed the team. Anna Mercer was investigating political corruption. She believed someone high-profile was funding illegal operations around Black River. Maya nodded. "The ghost kills with purpose. This isn't random." On the whiteboard behind her, she pinned a new line. "The ghost isn't alone. Someone is helping him." As she spoke, a masked man watched her from the rooftop of a building across the street, his cold smile hidden beneath the shadow of his hood. Chapter 3. The First Clue. At Anna's apartment, Maya found a hidden recorder. When she played it, a distorted voice said, "Truth dies tonight." Then a gunshot. Maya paused the audio. Someone recorded the murder. Her partner, Detective Julian Price, checked the timestamp. It happened at 2:12 a.m., but the call to the police came at 2:14 a.m. Someone wanted us to find the body fast. Meaning, we're being watched. Chapter 4. The Secret File. Inside Anna's laptop was a folder named BR7. It contained names of businessmen, hidden bank transactions, photos of abandoned buildings, and a list of missing people. At the bottom was a final note. They are experimenting on people. Maya felt a chill. What kind of experiments? Before she could answer, the power cut off. Darkness swallowed the room. A whisper behind her. "Detective." She spun around, gun raised, but the voice faded. When the lights flickered back, a new black card was lying on the table. This one read, "You're next." Chapter 5. The Conspiracy. The deeper Maya dug, the more twisted the case became. She discovered a covert organization known as the Syndicate, operating under the city. They kidnapped homeless people and political enemies, experimenting on them to create obedient assassins. And the ghost? He was their first creation. A man with no identity, trained to kill without hesitation. Maya's blood boiled. She had taken an oath to protect people, but this was bigger than policing. This was war. Chapter 6. Kidnapped. While Maya investigated an abandoned asylum, she walked into a trap. A masked figure struck her from behind. When she woke up, she was chained inside a dark underground chamber. The ghost stood in front of her, face hidden behind a black mask. "You should have stayed away, detective." "Why kill Anna?" Maya demanded. She discovered the truth, a truth the syndicate wants buried. "Then why leave the clues?" she asked. The ghost paused. "Because I want you to find them." Maya stared at him. The ghost leaned closer. "I am not your enemy." And before she could speak, an explosion rocked the chamber. Gunshots echoed. Someone shouted, "Take the ghost alive!" The syndicate was here. The ghost cut Maya's chains. "Run!" Chapter 7. The Alliance. Maya escaped with the ghost into a hidden tunnel. For the first time, she saw his face. A scarred man, broken, tired, but not evil. "The syndicate turned me into a weapon," he said. "They control the police, the media, everything." "Then why help me?" "Because Anna found out how to destroy them, and I need you to finish her mission." Maya hesitated. "You killed people." "Yes," he said softly, "but now I kill only those who deserve it." A silence. Finally, she nodded. An alliance was formed. Chapter 8. The Final Battle. The syndicate's headquarters was beneath Black River Dam, a fortress of steel and shadows. Maya and the ghost infiltrated it. They fought armed guards, hacked security doors, and reached the central chamber where the syndicate leader waited. The leader turned around. It was Captain Harris. Maya froze. "You?" she screamed. "Yes," he said calmly. "You were getting too close." He pulled a gun at Maya, but the ghost jumped in front. The bullet hit him. "No!" Maya fired back, hitting Harris in the chest. The sirens blared. The dam began to collapse. Maya dragged the injured ghost outside as explosions thundered behind them. Chapter 9. The Aftermath. 3 days later, the city learned the truth about the syndicate. The media exploded with news. Politicians were arrested. Secret files were leaked. But the ghost had vanished. Only a note was left on Maya's desk. "The city is safer now, but my hands are too stained to ever live in the light. Thank you for giving me back my soul." Epilogue. Months passed. One evening, Maya walked along the riverside when she saw a black card on a bench. Her heart raced. She picked it up. On the back, handwritten, "I still watch over Black River." A faint smile appeared on her face. The ghost was still out there, not as a killer, but as a silent guardian. Season 2. Rise of the Syndicate. Prologue. A New Nightmare. 6 months had passed since the fall of the Syndicate. Black River City was breathing again, or so everyone believed. But criminals don't disappear. They evolve. At 3:22 a.m., a black van pulled up outside Crestwood Hospital. 4 masked men entered, silent, calculated. In less than 5 minutes, they killed 2 guards and kidnapped a patient from the psychiatric wing. The patient's name, Evan Cross. And on the hospital floor, they left a black card. But this time it said, "The resurrection begins." When Maya Lockwood saw the card, her chest tightened. Only one person used those words: the ghost. But he was supposed to be gone. Chapter 1: Maya's New Enemy. Detective Maya Lockwood stood in the hospital corridor, staring at the card. Julian Price looked at her. "You think the ghost is back?" "No," she said firmly. "Someone wants us to think that." "Meaning," Julian crossed his arms. "Meaning," Maya whispered, "a new enemy has entered the game. And they're using the ghost's name." Chapter 2: The Hunt Begins. The kidnapped patient, Evan Cross, wasn't ordinary. He was a former syndicate scientist, the man who designed the behavioral control experiments. He knew every dark secret. He was the key to exposing the remaining syndicate members hiding in the shadows. And now he was gone. Maya read his file. Evan had shown signs of extreme paranoia. He claimed someone was watching him from inside the hospital walls. Everyone thought he was insane. But after the kidnapping, Maya wasn't sure anymore. Chapter 3: The Real Ghost Returns. 2 nights later, Maya received an encrypted message on her phone. Coordinates, a time, a single word: come. Against every rule, she went alone. Deep in Black River Forest, she found a figure standing by an abandoned cabin. A figure with a familiar posture, a familiar silence. "Ghost?" Maya whispered. He slowly removed his mask. It was him. Older, more tired, but alive. "Maya," he said quietly, "they've returned." "Who?" she asked. "The Syndicate," he replied. "And this time, they're stronger. But I thought we destroyed them." "You destroyed a branch, not the roots." Chapter 4: The New Ghost. The ghost told Maya the truth. A new leader had taken control of the Syndicate's remnants. Someone ruthless, someone brilliant. They called him the Architect. "He's building an army," the ghost said, "and he's using my identity to lure you." Maya clenched her fists. "Why me?" "Because," the ghost whispered, "you're the only one who can stop him." "And Evan Cross?" she asked. "He worked for the Architect. He knows how to activate the Syndicate's last project." "What project?" The ghost looked at her, his eyes full of guilt. "A weapon." Chapter 5: Project Nightfall. Evan Cross had helped create something called Project Nightfall, a serum. One that didn't just control the mind, it erased identity altogether. Whoever used it would become emotionless, obedient, deadly, impossible to break. The perfect soldier, the perfect assassin. The Architect wanted hundreds of them, and he needed Evan to finish the formula. Maya stared at the ghost. "You think they've already tested it?" His silence was the answer. Chapter 6: Attack on the Streets. 3 nights later, the city was attacked. 5 masked men walked through the downtown market. They didn't speak. They didn't react to pain. They didn't hesitate. They killed 14 people before the police arrived. When shot, they kept walking until their bodies physically collapsed. They were not human anymore. Maya stood over one of the fallen attackers. His pupils were dilated. His pulse was irregular. "This is Nightfall," she whispered. and she knew the nightmare had begun. Chapter 7: Betrayal Within. At the police station, Maya noticed something strange. Captain Harris was dead, but someone had erased parts of his files, information about undercover syndicate agents inside the department. Someone inside the police was helping the architect. Maya reviewed CCTV footage. One officer moved suspiciously, accessing restricted rooms at midnight. Officer Lena Ward. Maya confronted her the next morning. "You're hiding something, Lena." But Lena only smirked. "I'm not hiding it," she said softly. "I'm preparing it." Before Maya could react, Lena pulled out a syringe, filled with a dark blue liquid. Nightfall. Maya knocked it away and pinned her, but Lena whispered, "You can't stop us. Nightfall is coming." Chapter 8: Captured. The next day, Maya received another message. This one was a video. Evan Cross, chained to a medical table, machines surrounding him, a masked man beside him. The architect. His voice was calm, emotionless. "Detective Lockwood, the ghost has chosen the wrong side. Bring him to me, or your city dies." Maya felt her blood freeze. This wasn't just a threat. This was a countdown. Chapter 9: The Final Storm. Maya and the ghost located the architect's underground lab, hidden beneath the Black River subway tunnels. Dozens of half-conscious test subjects were strapped to chairs, tubing, masks, machines injecting nightfall into their veins. The architect stepped forward, fully masked, voice distorted. "You two are too late." He injected Evan with the final dose. The man screamed. The ghost shouted, "Stop!" The architect pulled a lever. The entire facility began to collapse. Maya ran to Evan, trying to remove the needles, but the ghost yelled, "Maya, he's gone!" "No," she cried, "we can save him!" But Evan's eyes had already turned black. He wasn't human anymore. He broke free from the table with monstrous strength. The architect escaped into the darkness. Maya and the ghost barely escaped as explosions ripped through the tunnels. Epilogue: The city in fear. The news reported nothing. No subway explosion, no victims, no nightfall. Everything was covered up, but Maya knew the truth. Evan Cross, now a fully transformed Nightfall soldier, was out there somewhere. The architect had escaped. The ghost had disappeared again. And on Maya's desk, another black card appeared overnight. This one read, "Nightfall has begun." Maya whispered, "This is only the beginning." Season 3: The Fall of Nightfall. Prologue: The City of Fear. Black River City was living under a silent storm. People disappeared every night. Shadows moved in alleys with machine-like precision. Police found bodies of men who fought, their bones crushed, their faces frozen in terror. Nightfall's soldiers were everywhere, but no one could prove it. No CCTV, no witnesses, no survivors. Maya Lockwood stood on a rooftop at dawn, watching smoke rise from a burning street corner. "This city is dying," she whispered. From behind her, a voice said, "Not if we kill the ones killing it." She turned. The ghost was back. Chapter 1: The Architect's Next Move. At a hidden safe house, Maya, Julian, and the ghost studied crime maps. More than 40 people had vanished in 12 days, all in the same pattern, taken from quiet streets, backyards, hospitals, and bus stops. "The architect is building an army," the ghost said. Julian frowned. "For what? What's the end game?" The ghost looked at Maya. "To take control of Black River City." "Why this city?" Maya asked. "Because," the ghost said quietly, "this is where the syndicate was born." Chapter 2: The Unfinished File. Maya found something shocking inside Evan Cross's old files. A list of 117 names, each one marked either subject compatible, subject rejected. These were people chosen by the architect for nightfall testing. But one name on the list froze Maya's blood. Maya Lockwood, compatible. Her hands trembled. "That can't be right," she whispered. The ghost stepped forward. "He wants to break you. You're the only one who can stop him." Chapter 3: The Nightfall Child. A woman came to the police station, hysterical. "My son, he's changed. Please help." Her son, 15-year-old Ethan, had disappeared for 3 days and returned acting strange. No emotions, no fear, strong enough to bend metal. Maya and Julian went to the house. Ethan sat on the bed, staring at the wall, not blinking, not speaking. Maya stepped closer. "Ethan, can you hear me?" He slowly turned his head toward Maya. His voice was empty. "He is coming." "Who?" she asked. "The architect." Suddenly he attacked with unnatural speed. Julian barely dodged. The ghost entered through the window and injected Ethan with a sedative. Before losing consciousness, Ethan whispered, "He's inside the hospital, in the walls." Chapter 4: The Hospital of Secrets. Maya and the ghost entered Crestwood Hospital at midnight. They found hidden hallways behind the walls, old maintenance tunnels turned into labs, blood samples, boxes of syringes, cameras facing every patient room. And at the end of the corridor, a large steel door. Inside were dozens of people strapped to chairs, unconscious, nightfall patients. Suddenly, the door locked behind them. The architect's voice echoed through speakers. "You should not have returned, Maya." His voice made Maya's stomach twist. "You used Ethan. You're using children." "I use whomever is needed for the future," he replied calmly. "You were chosen too, detective." The lights went out, and nightfall soldiers woke up. Chapter 5: Escape Through Darkness. The ghost grabbed Maya's hand. "Run!" They sprinted through the corridor as nightfall soldiers chased them with inhuman speed. Julian arrived from another tunnel, shooting at the soldiers. "This way!" The ghost used a detonator. Boom! The steel door collapsed, blocking the soldiers. But in the smoke, Maya saw something horrifying. One of the nightfall soldiers was Evan Cross. No humanity left, just a monster. Chapter 6: The Architect's Identity. Back at their safe house, Maya reviewed voice samples. The architect's voice had a tiny flaw, a subtle tone she recognized. She compared it with voices in police records. Her heart stopped. The architect was someone she knew, someone close. The file on the screen read, Inspector Samuel Drake, former intelligence officer, missing for 3 years. Julian's jaw dropped. He disappeared during the syndicate raid. Maya whispered, shaking. He was my mentor. Chapter 7. The Final Showdown. Maya tracked Samuel Drake to an underground station below the old courthouse. The ghost joined her. "You don't have to face him alone," he said. "Yes, I do," she replied. They entered the station. Samuel Drake stood waiting, wearing the architect's mask. "Maya," he said softly, "you were always the smartest, always the strongest." "You experimented on people," she shouted. "I saved them," he replied. "The world is full of corruption. I am creating soldiers who can cleanse it." "That's not cleansing," she said. "That's killing." He smiled behind the mask. "You could have ruled this city with me." He snapped his fingers. Nightfall soldiers emerged from every shadow. The ghost jumped into battle. Julian arrived with backup. Maya faced the architect alone. They fought brutally, hand to hand, knife to knife, blow for blow. Finally, Maya kicked the mask off. She froze. Samuel's eyes were dead, emotionless. He had tested Nightfall on himself. He was barely human. But Maya forced herself to fight. She shot him twice. He staggered, but didn't fall. Then the ghost tackled Samuel and injected him with the Nightfall counter serum. Samuel screamed, collapsing. Chapter 8. The Choice. As Samuel lay dying, he whispered, "You can't stop it. Nightfall is everywhere." Maya knelt beside him. "Why me? Why target me?" He smiled weakly. "Because you were meant to lead them." His heart stopped. Epilogue. A new revelation. A week later, Maya found a sealed envelope on her desk. Inside was a new black card and a message. "Samuel was only one architect. There are more. The syndicate never needed one leader. It needed many. And below that, prepare for the war." Maya dropped the card. "War?" she whispered. The ghost stepped from the shadows behind her. His voice was calm, but his eyes were full of dread. "They're coming, Maya." Final season, War of the Syndicate. Prologue, The War Begins. Black River City was no longer safe. Military trucks patrolled the streets. Sirens wailed every night. Hospitals overflowed with victims who no one could explain. People whispered one word: Nightfall. Maya Lockwood stood on the balcony of the police headquarters, watching smoke rise from the east side of the city. Behind her, Julian said quietly, "It's happening, Maya. The syndicate is rising again." She clenched the black card in her hand. On it was written, "The war has started." Chapter 1. The Council of Architects. A secret video leaked across the dark web. It showed a room filled with masked figures, 7 of them, each wearing a different symbol on their masks. The ghost watched the video with Maya. "These are the real architects," he said. 7 leaders, 7 branches. Samuel Drake was only one. Maya stared at the screen. So killing him changed nothing. "It changed everything," the ghost said. "They are scared of you now." Chapter 2. Mass Abductions. Every night, more people disappeared. Entire families, teenagers, police officers. Maya analyzed the map. They're taking people from every district except one. Julian pointed. The old harbor. The ghost nodded slowly. That's where they will strike first. Strike? Maya asked. He looked at her with cold eyes. They're building an army, Maya, and the old harbor will be their battlefield.
Chapter 3. Nightfall, Phase 2. Maya discovered a nightmare hidden in medical files. Nightfall had evolved. Phase 2 included increased aggression, enhanced strength, zero pain response, controlled remote commands, limited speech, full obedience. And the worst part, Phase 2 subjects don't need injections. They spread through bites or blood exposure. Julian looked at Maya, terrified. "Maya, they've created a disease," she whispered. "A weapon." Chapter 4. The Ambush at Old Harbor. Maya, Julian, and the ghost led a tactical team into the abandoned harbor. The night was foggy, silent, too silent. Boom! Explosions erupted on both sides. Nightfall soldiers swarmed in. Bullets couldn't stop them. Grenades barely slowed them. Maya fought hand to hand, slashing, shooting, dodging, but more came. Julian shouted, "We're surrounded!" Then a helicopter appeared, marked with the Syndicate symbol. From it descended a tall figure wearing a gold mask, one of the architects. The architect spoke into a megaphone. "Maya Lockwood, tonight is your final night." The ghost grabbed Maya's arm. "Retreat, now!" They barely escaped, with half their team alive. The harbor burned behind them. Chapter 5. The Ghost's Secret. Back at the safe house, Maya confronted the ghost. "You're hiding something." He stayed silent. "Tell me," she demanded. Finally, he removed his mask and looked at her. "Maya, I was Phase 0. "What?" "I was the first Nightfall experiment. A prototype. Half mind control, half human. That's why I feel nothing sometimes. That's why I fight the way I do." Maya's chest tightened. "You're turning into one of them?" "No," he said. "But Phase 0 gave me something the others don't have. Freedom." Maya stepped closer. "We need you in this war." He nodded. "And I won't leave you." Chapter 6. The Final Attack Plan. They discovered the Syndicate's master plan, Operation Eclipse. On Sunday at midnight, all 7 architects would release Phase 2 serum into the water system. The entire city would turn into Nightfall soldiers in hours. The Syndicate would take control by dawn. Julian whispered, "That would kill millions." Maya slammed her fist on the table. "Not if we kill them first." Chapter 7. The Night of Eclipse. Midnight. Rain poured down as Maya, Julian, and the ghost infiltrated the Syndicate's headquarters, a massive underground fortress beneath the city reservoir. Thousands of glowing blue tubes lined the walls. Inside each tube was a Phase 2 soldier, sleeping, waiting. Maya whispered, "If they wake up, the city is finished." The ghost pointed ahead. "The architects are in the control chamber." Chapter 8. The Room of 7. The chamber was circular, metallic, filled with screens. The 7 architects turned as Maya entered. The gold mask stepped forward. "You cannot win. The future belongs to us." Maya raised her gun. "Not if you don't live to see it." The battle was brutal. hand to hand, gunfire, blades, machines exploding. The ghost fought two architects at once. Julian hacked the main console to shut down the tubes. Maya fought the gold mask alone. He moved like a machine, fast, precise, deadly. He stabbed her shoulder. She shot him twice. He lifted her by the neck before the ghost slammed into him, breaking his mask. The gold architect fell. The remaining 6 architects retreated deeper underground. Julian shouted, "They triggered the awakening! The Nightfall soldiers are waking up!" Thousands of eyes glowed blue in the dark. They had seconds left. Chapter 9. The Ghost's Sacrifice. To stop Nightfall soldiers, Julian had to ignite the central coolant tank, but someone had to stay behind to manually trigger the explosion. The ghost stepped forward. "I'll do it." Maya grabbed his arm. "No, I'm not leaving you again." He looked into her eyes. "You saved my soul, Maya. Let me save your city." She shook her head, tears falling. "Please, don't do this." He gently touched her face. "You were the only light I ever had." Julian pulled Maya away. "We don't have time." The ghost smiled through the pain. "Go." The doors sealed behind him. Maya screamed his name, and the entire underground fortress exploded. Fire, smoke, shockwaves shaking the earth. The Nightfall soldiers burned inside their tubes. The reservoir facility collapsed. The war ended. Epilogue. The last card. 3 weeks later, the city slowly returned to normal. Julian recovered. Hundreds of people were saved. The syndicate's leaders were presumed dead. Maya stood alone at the ghost's grave. She placed a black card on the stone. "I'll never forget you." As she turned to leave, the wind blew the card over. There was handwriting on the back. Fresh handwriting. "The war is over, but I am not dead. I will return when you need me." Maya froze. A shadow moved on a distant rooftop, familiar, silent, watching her. She whispered, "Ghost?" The figure vanished. She smiled through tears. The legend lived on. Season 5. The Bloodline Code. Episode 1. The Hidden Vault. 6 months after the brutal showdown in Season 4, Detective Archer Hale had returned to service, but not to peace. The city was quieter, yes, but sometimes silence is only the breath before a storm. One night, Archer received a mysterious envelope. Inside was a USB drive and a short note. "Your parents didn't die in an accident. They were eliminated. V." Archer froze. His parents' car crash had always felt too convenient, but he had no proof. The note shook the deepest part of him. He inserted the USB into a quarantined police laptop. A single file opened. A video of a secret underground room. In the background, walls filled with documents, pictures, maps. In the center, a man in a black coat, face hidden. He spoke. "Your bloodline is a threat to us. Your father discovered the vault. Now you will continue his path, whether you choose to or not." The screen turned black. Archer's heartbeat hammered. The vault? He had never heard of such a thing. But before he could think further, the power in his house went out. Then, footsteps on the upstairs floor. The hunt had begun. Episode 2. The Break-In. Archer grabbed his gun and moved silently through the house. A shadow slipped past the hallway. Suddenly, glass shattered downstairs. Archer rushed in and came face to face with two masked intruders dressed in tactical gear. A violent fight broke out. Archer managed to shoot one in the leg, but the second one threw a smoke grenade and escaped through the window. When Archer removed the mask of the injured intruder, he found a tattoo behind his ear, a serpent wrapped around a key. Archer whispered, "Serpent Order." A cult-like crime syndicate his father once tried to expose. The man smirked despite the pain. "You're already too late. The vault is opening, and you'll wish you died in that car crash with them." Before Archer could question more, the intruder triggered a poison capsule hidden in his tooth. Dead instantly. Archer's breath shook. Whatever the Serpent Order was planning, it was bigger than murders, bigger than revenge. It was about legacy. Episode 3, The Bloodline Revelation. Archer visited an old family friend, Dr. Miriam Soren, a historian who had once worked with his father. When Archer told her about the tattoo and the message, Miriam's face drained of color. She brought out an ancient-looking book, bound in leather. Inside it was the same serpent symbol. "This," she whispered, "is the bloodline code." Archer frowned. "What does it have to do with my family?" Miriam sighed. "The Serpent Order has existed for centuries. They protect secrets. Secrets that can destroy nations. Every generation, someone is chosen to decode the vault. Your father was one of them." Archer staggered. "My father? He was a normal engineer." "No," she corrected. "He was the last guardian of the vault." Archer felt his world shatter. Miriam continued. "The vault will open in 15 days, and whoever controls it controls everything." Archer leaned forward. "What's inside the vault?" She closed the book. "Names," she whispered. "Thousands of names. Every corrupt politician, every hidden criminal network, every secret operation from the last 100 years. If the Serpent Order gets those names, the world will burn."
Episode 4, Into the Serpent's Nest. Trail after trail led Archer deep into abandoned tunnels beneath the old city. Here, the Serpent Order held their meetings. Archer infiltrated the underground labyrinth, disguised as one of their members. He discovered maps, weapons, and encrypted screens showing the countdown to the vault's opening. 13 days left. Suddenly, a voice echoed behind him. "I thought you might come." Archer spun around to find Valeria Crow, known only as V. Dressed in all black, her sharp eyes glowing in the dim light. "You sent the note," Archer growled. She nodded. "Because only you can stop what's coming." Archer raised his gun. "Why should I trust you?" Valeria smirked. "Because I'm the daughter of the man who killed your parents." Archer froze, fury crawling up his spine. "But," she continued, "I want the Order destroyed more than you." She tossed him a metal device. "This is the crypt key. It can seal the vault forever, but there's a price." Archer narrowed his eyes. "What price?" "You'll have to go inside the vault first, and the moment you step in, the Order will know." Suddenly, footsteps thundered down the tunnels. Valeria whispered, "Run!" A dozen armed members charged toward them. Gunfire erupted. Valeria fought at Archer's side. Together, they escaped into a maintenance shaft. The alliance was uneasy, but necessary. Episode 5, The Vault Awakens, Season Finale. The vault was hidden beneath an abandoned fortress outside the city. The moment Archer and Valeria reached it, alarms began to blare. Dozens of Serpent Order's soldiers poured in. A ferocious battle broke out. Archer fought like a man possessed, driven by rage, loss, and duty. Valeria hacked into the vault's entrance panel. "Archer, I can't hold them much longer. Get inside." Archer rushed into the vault chamber. The room was massive, circular, with towering shelves filled with glowing data tablets. The truth of the world stored in one place. But then the chamber door slammed shut, and the leader of the Serpent Order stepped out of the shadows, a tall, masked figure known only as the Sovereign. "Your father died protecting these truths, and so will you." Before Archer could fire, the Sovereign pressed a button, activating the self-destruct sequence for the vault. Valeria screamed from outside, "Archer, get out!" Archer had seconds. He sprinted to the core, slammed the crypt key into the central slot, and yelled, "Override! Seal the vault!" Light exploded around him. The vault shook violently. Archer launched himself out as the doors blew open. Valeria grabbed his arm and dragged him out into the snow as the entire fortress collapsed behind them. They rolled onto the ground, coughing. Valeria whispered, "You sealed the vault forever." Archer stared at the ruins. "Not forever," he said quietly. "The Sovereign escaped." Valeria turned to him. "Then we hunt him." And just like that, a new war had begun.